I'm Nick Harcourt, and this is Transmissions. We're here on the WorldArts stage in Los Angeles, California, with the guys from the Rubens, and we've got Sam and Elliot. Welcome. Thanks for coming in, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for having us.
We have 21 questions, and you can take them how you feel it. Why don't we start with Sam, your first musical memory?
First musical memory was actually, it's probably listening to music in the car on the way to camping trips. And Dad always played Van Morrison. And so I think that I've been asked this question before, and I'm really try as hard as I can to go back, but that's about as far as I can go back. So I don't know how young I was, but yeah.
Elliot?
I feel like I'm the same thing pretty much. And it might be because we always speak about it. We speak about, hey, remember listening to Van Morrison in the combi van? And then I create that memory. So I feel like I can't go further past that either. It's like...
people who are from Australia know your accents, but anybody elsewhere in the world who's watching this is going, combi van? Can you just tell me what that is?
What would...
Combi Volkswagen.
Volkswagen, the van, the combi.
Yeah.
The surfer van.
They call it the same thing here, right?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Man, I'm going to have to
Hippie van?
Google
the
it.
classic
hippie van.
split
There
window
you
kind
go.
of thing.
Yeah.
It's the old hippie van.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
And Van Morrison?
Van Morrison, yeah.
Okay.
Dad always played that when we were driving.
First musical instrument, whoever wants to take it.
Piano. First and only, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't really ventured past that.
I think Mum was piano as well. I resisted. I didn't like... Mum sort of wanted me to play keys, or just to play an instrument. I started with piano, but then I moved to guitar.
Did you have lessons?
Started with lessons, yeah, and I could never read music, and so it just became frustrating.
Do either of you remember the first song that you played once you sort of found your feet?
Ode to Joy.
Ah.
You know that one?
Oh, yeah.
That
Okay.
song. It was just like one hand. But
I think the first time, like the first song that I learned and felt like I was enjoying it instead of just reading music as a kid learning music, was Sam taught me what's that? That's
oh yeah, that's the first complicated song I ever learned. What's
What is
that?
it?
That horrible song. I mean, at the time I liked
1,000 Miles.
What's
I
the name?
I have
name?
no idea.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Vanessa Carlton.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful.
Pretty terrible.
Vanessa
Sorry,
Carlton.
Vanessa.
Yeah. Who's your favorite artist, living or dead, who does what you do?
I guess one of my favorite singers would be Marvin Gaye. Yeah,
Okay.
for obvious reasons, because he's amazing.
I think for me, not so much like keyboard, but for songwriting, like Chris Martin. When I was growing up, I listened to like, what's the first album? Parachutes by Coldplay. And heard like piano used on there, and I was like, oh, these are songs that aren't, classical songs that I can learn. These are songs played by bands, so like Chris Martin for me was probably...
I love the fact that I've been around long enough to have interviewed Coldplay at the beginning of their career.
Yeah.
And here I am 15, 16 years later, and I'm talking to musicians who were influenced by Coldplay.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's fascinating. If you didn't do this, what would or could you do?
I don't know what I could do. I know that I'd maybe be a teacher. I'd probably end up being a teacher. Like our family has, like both of our parents are school teachers.
Ah.
I'd maybe teach history or something, but that is like, I really have no idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't really get a chance to find out. Like we started the band when I was finishing high school, so I didn't really get a chance to go out to the big wide world. But at the time, I think I wanted to do drama. I was in high school doing drama. That's my favorite thing, and that's all I could think of that I would enjoy.
What's your idea of happiness?
Touring for as long as possible. Not going home, but being able to tour and do this job for as long as possible.
What's your idea of misery?
Sitting at home with nothing to do, just waiting for that email saying, hey, we got another show coming up.
Let's talk heroes. Do you have a male hero?
I got a real cheesy one.
Go for it.
Dad.
Oh.
Our dad's awesome. He's
Okay.
he's a good bloke.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Any of you guys have a female hero?
Mum.
Hey, you set yourself up for that one.
What's your favorite place on earth?
Ooh. Camden?
Camden, it's our hometown.
I was going to say you have to, again, for those who are not in Australia, which
Yeah.
is...
That's our hometown. Like the whole band's from a place called Camden, which is like an hour south of Sydney. And the more you go away from it, the more you like it when you come back. It's beautiful.
Let me ask you a little bit about that, because I've been I spent some time in Australia, and Sydney is an amazing city. How impacted is a small town an hour out of Sydney by the big metropolis?
It's pretty unimpacted. It's. I mean, the sprawl is happening now, and it's being enveloped by, the rest of the city sort of moving out, which kind of sucks for us. But yeah, it's unaffected by culture and pop culture and stuff. There's not really any gigs out there. There's not much live music. It's
So a great place to go home to.
kind of, yeah. It's completely different to what we're used to.
If you're on a desert island and you're only allowed one thing, what is it?
iPhone.
iPhone. Yeah.
I was just thinking about how funny it is. Like,
But you think there's going to be a cell tower on the?
I don't know, man. All I know is that, like, when we're on tour, I don't know how people toured before iPhones. It's just. It's a really sad thing to say.
How did anybody do anything before?
I don't know,
iPhone?
and I hate that that's my answer, but it's probably like the most. Except, yeah, you're right. No cell tower or charger.
If you ran the world, what's the first thing you'd do?
Lock Trump up.
Lock him up.
Lock him
put him
up.
in a cage.
Put him in the stocks and give people fruit.
All right.
That sounds good.
What about if you had a superpower? You got one superpower. What is it?
To
Just
fly.
lock Trump up.
No. Trump's already locked up.
You've already done that. Yeah.
Just kidding.
We're leading the
Fly.
world. Trump's locked up, and now we can fly.
Yeah.
Because that would be dope.
Morning person or night owl?
Night owl. Yeah. I hate mornings so much.
I don't know. I feel like I like mornings now. I'm kind of changing over.
I'm getting
I
old.
feel like I have more of the day. I'm getting old.
Okay, so you guys are the songwriters. Is it easier to write a love song or a revenge song?
With me personally, when I write lyrics, I try and write love songs and they end up being revenge songs. I guess I'm a realist, and in reality, most people you either break up or you get married, and that's the reality of it, or you die. So I try, and then I'll get to the end of the song and I'll be like, yeah, but then they break up, and I just can't help it,
Okay.
I reckon it's because it's hard as well to escape that, like, anger. There's a lot of passion with anger. So when you're writing and it becomes like an angry thing, it's like, oh, this is so easy. This feels so much better.
Yeah, it's not fake.
Yeah.
Digital or analog?
Digital.
Digital, because it allows us to write songs, and we live in different cities, so we back and forth songs and write songs together like that. It would be so hard if it was just analog.
Any particular program that you guys favor when you're recording?
We use Logic just because it was, I think like a friend gave it to me, like a free cracked version.
Yeah, you had
or
a cracked
something.
version.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I was like,
well,
that's the first thing I learned,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any before show or recording rituals?
Before shows, we maybe, 2 minutes before we go on stage, we all huddle up as the band
Like this.
and pass a kiss on the cheek around the circle, just because it's like our little tradition. It doesn't really
Zach
mean
starts
anything.
it.
Zach starts the kiss. And he goes,
And we try and grab, a nearby security guard or someone
Sure.
that's going to find it awkward and get them involved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And finish it with the burly security
Yeah,
guard.
yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
You've done a few tours, obviously. You've traveled a little bit. Have you seen anything that you wish you hadn't seen?
our tour manager's pretty hairy. I've seen a lot more of him than
Nice. Yeah.
Lint off.
Lint off.
Yeah, he's a hairy man.
Title of the movie of your life. Think about what you're going to do for the rest of your life.
Just be like, don't watch this.
When
Do
you
not
get it.
watch.
Don't watch
Don't watch this. You'll never get those 2 hours back.
I don't know, that's hard.
Elliot, come on.
The great one.
The best margin.
We're both margins. Our last name.
Oh.
Brothers.
Brothers. And the blonde-haired kid over
So
there.
the
as well.
best margin.
The best one.
Yeah.
Well, there's 6 kids in our family as well, so it's pretty hard to do.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I hope they all see this.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
And again, to both of you, last question. What's your current state of mind?
Hungry. Very hungry.
Yeah, I'm starving, but I think I could do better than that.
Mm-hmm.
State of mind. I'm pretty chilled right now. It's like you just got me in a good time. I'm happy. Yeah.
I'm so happy you guys came and played for us. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Cheers.